Hi, I'm here with today's lesson, and we're going to be talking about recycling. Now, this Wednesday is Earth Day, and that's a day that we set aside to talk about keeping the earth healthy. Just like we try to keep ourselves healthy and we eat healthy foods, well, we also need to keep the earth healthy, and we do that by recycling. Now, I'm sure you've seen plastic containers around your house, boxes, old newspaper, and you probably set that aside and you put it in a special bin or a garbage can, and the recycling truck comes by and picks it up and then brings it to the recycling center where they use it to make new things like boxes and paper towel tubes and even new paper. Well, with Mom and Dad's permission, you're going to use some of the items before you put them out to the curb. Let me put these aside. First, we're going to start with a paper towel tube. Now, I've cut this one into 3 sections, and I've also taken a hole punch, and I've punched some holes around the tubes. Well, what we're going to do is take some straws, if you have them, and we're going to poke them through just like that. Or maybe you have some pencils laying around, that'll work too. And you could even use a pen. Here's a pen. Let's see, can I get that through? There you go. So that's a fun activity. And then you can see what it looks like at the end. Now, another thing you could do with a paper towel roll is to ask Mom and Dad to help you find a place in your house where you could tape it to without it damaging the place where you're taping it to. And then you are going to take some clothespins, or you could use your pencils or anything small that will fit through the tube and drop it through. And watch it go through to the bottom. Just like that. That's a fun thing for toddlers to do. Now, if you're a little bit older and you can use scissors, you can make all sorts of things with boxes, but make sure you ask Mom and Dad's permission before you use the scissors and before you choose what box you're going to use. So I took a box that I had laying around and I made it into a garage. I marked some parking spaces, and I could take my cars and park them. I have all bugs here and one old-fashioned car. There you go. You can make a garage. And if it rains, I can put the top down. So that's another thing that you can make. Put this aside. Now I got really creative for the next one. I started thinking about those rainbows I see around when I go for a walk, and I see them in everyone's houses. So I took a box and I took some paper towel tubes and I made a rainbow factory. Okay, so this is something that you might need to ask Mom and Dad's help for, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'm sure you will too. Here it is. You can't even see my face. And I have rainbows coming out of the paper towel tubes. So this is a box. And then I took some construction paper and I kind of wrapped it up. And then I took some paper towel tubes and I covered it with rainbow colored paper. But if you don't have any construction paper, you can color and you can decorate it with stickers. And then I drew a front on it with doors and windows. And then I took some plain paper and I drew rainbows on them. And I put them coming out of the steam stacks. So they're putting rainbows into the air. You don't have to make this. You can make whatever you want. I would love to see what you make. If you can send us pictures, that would be wonderful. Even if at your classroom meeting you show your teachers what you've made, I'm sure they'll be really excited to see what you're doing with your recycled materials. Okay, happy Earth Day!